up, everybody? This your boy Charles in Israel, tapping in. We are checking out Juicy J's memoir, Chronicles of the Juice Man. Um, and it's actually pretty good, man. I've already covered maybe two chapters off, a little bit of the book, and it's actually a really good memoir, man. Memphis is crazy, let me tell you that. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and play this little snippet of it. If you want to check it out, it's on Spotify, it's on Audible if y'all want to check it out yourself. But I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit of it, and I'm gonna come back with my reaction. Hit that thumbs up button. Appreciate it.
Chapter 6. Who Run It? Paul and I did all of the managing, wrote the contracts, set up photo shoots, handled the accounting, booked all the shows, and did the taxes. We answered the phones ourselves. We'd be the ones driving to our shows. We did everything. I loved doing everything because I felt like I was looking out for the team. But there were risks operating like this, which I also thought about. Sometimes I'd ride through my hood in Evergreen and just give some of my friends from the neighborhood money. 100 here, a couple hundred there. Look, I might need you to do something for me one day, a job or something, I'd tell them. This is to let you know I'm serious, I'd say as I handed them the money. It was a retainer of sorts in case things got ugly. I wasn't trying to be on some John Gotti shit, but I had to protect what we had going on. I also had my family, and money was starting to stack up. Dealing with Memphis and money, I'd seen too many things go the wrong way due to jealousy or people being set up. One time, I did get set up. I'd gone over to this girl's house. I had this two-door Chevy with a messed up transmission, so it wouldn't go in reverse. Because of that, I always had to park it sideways. I was at the girl's crib, kicking it, and I went to sleep for a long time. I was knocked the fuck out. As I was coming to, I was thinking to myself, man, I've never slept that hard. I know I had a couple drinks, and the girl and I had sex, but something wasn't adding up. As I was coming to, I went straight to my pockets. All my money was gone. I went outside, and all my tires were flat. I thought somebody must have put something in my drink and slashed my tires. But they didn't cut my tires. They just let the air out of them. I didn't have anything to do with it, the girl said over and over. I'd been sleeping in her room, so I didn't believe her. I played it cool, though. One of her brothers helped me get an air pump so I could inflate my tires. I drove off and never called her again. I didn't care about the car or the money. They were just things. I was just happy to get out of there alive. The girl kept calling me. Finally, I answered. You don't call me anymore. You must think I set you up, she said.
Yeah. Hell, you damn sure if you didn't set me up, you robbed me. Hell.
You did, goddammit, I told her, and hung the phone up. I'm glad this happened, because I'd learned my lesson. I wasn't ever going to sleep at a girl's house. After that, I started taking...
That's what happens. Rest in peace to rapper Trouble. You know, that's how Trouble ended up getting killed. He was over with a girl. You gotta be careful when going to a woman's house. You don't know who she know. You don't know who she done broke up with. What dude stalking her. That's what happened to rapper Trouble out of Atlanta. He was over a girl's house. Didn't realize she was dealing with some psychopath dude she broke up with. The dude came over there unannounced, saw him in her bedroom and killed him.
Chicks to motels. I get a 2 or 3 hour motel, fuck her real quick, and drop her off at her house.
That's right.
I was going to do everything possible to make sure I didn't get set up and robbed again. That's why I just always kept it business with people. I was dealing with a lot of hood people, so I always thought about what I would do if I were in their situation. If I was at my lowest, I'd probably rob someone if I could get away with it, or shoot someone if they stole from me. But I wasn't doing anyone dirty. I was always honest with people. I'd say, this is your contract. This is how much you get. This is what we spent. Every artist would get a statement, a check in the mail. Paul and I handled everything up front and straight up. Everything was fair. I stand on the business. If I do a deal with you, you're going to get your money, whether I end up liking you or not. We were so in-house that I used to have this big-ass briefcase, a nod to my father and his briefcase, with all of our checks. I would keep it with me at all times, with the checks in it. Even though we kept everything in-house, so we wouldn't succumb to outside forces, our success was met with almost immediate drama. One of our protégés, Lil Fly, had been one of my best friends. We'd hang out, make a lot of music together, and get high as fuck.
Here come the jealousy.
We put Lil Fly's Slangin' Rocks Part 2 on DJ Paul's Volume 16 for the Summer of '94 mixtape. And he also appeared on Breaking the Law, an underground album from another rapper we were working with, Gangsta Black. After the success of Mystic Styles, which featured Lil Fly on 2 songs, we planned on putting out a Lil Fly project on Prophet Entertainment. With Lil Fly's buzz and what we were already building with 3 6 Mafia, I thought we'd be able to build Prophet Entertainment into a force right out the gate and get paid. But I heard Lil Fly and his dad weren't happy with DJ Paul. I wasn't exactly sure what was going on between Paul and Fly, but he was about to make his feelings known. Lil Fly changed his name to Play a Fly and dropped his Just Getting It On underground album while Mystic Styles was still making waves. Just Getting It On had the streets of Memphis on fire, thanks to the song Triple Bitch Mafia, where he was dissing us. There wasn't a killing vibe to the song, though. He was just saying some stuff. Even after Play a Fly dissed us on Triple Bitch Mafia, I didn't care. I knew what type of dude he was, where his heart was. I knew his dad, his family. In order to try to fix things between Play a Fly and 3 6 Mafia, I went by myself to his house. "You're hot now," I told him. "Let's do a contract. I know you're dissing us, but that ain't shit." Play a Fly and his dad wanted to work with us, but they had some deep issues with Paul. In addition to their initial rift, they had also heard Paul was bootlegging Play a Fly's Just Getting It On. I told Play a Fly and his dad that we could figure it out and work through the issue, but they would only work with me. With all of the drama with Play a Fly, I never really looked at it like it was just him. It was more of the entourage, the people around him and us, that caused the rift. When we'd hear that people were dissing us, we'd listen to the tapes and try to figure out the voices we didn't know. We felt like those were the people we had to watch out for, not the rapper. The rap stuff was phony to me anyway, just a way for artists to bring attention to themselves. One time, my demon side took over, though. 3 6 Mafia was doing a show, and Play a Fly jumped on stage. I threw him off the stage, grabbed my chrome Smith & Wesson 357 with hollow point bullets, and told everybody to leave the club. I was really ready to go to war. That really wasn't in my character, but Play a Fly had pushed me to the edge by constantly talking shit. After we got out of the club, I was driving away with my gun on my lap. I didn't underestimate the people that he was around. The guy who DJ'd the event called me, telling me that they had me on camera waving my gun around in the club and that the police were coming to get me.
Oh, wow.
I was so mad and still on demon time. "Fuck you and fuck that club," I told the dude. "I'm rich. If they lock me up, I'll be out in less than 24 hours. And hung up the phone. At the time, I was living in a house I'd bought in Cordova, Tennessee, about 20 miles east of downtown Memphis. That night, and for the next few days, I slept with a bulletproof vest on. I slept upstairs because I thought that if someone shot my house up, they would shoot the first floor. I'd never told anyone where I lived, but Memphis is small, and I had no idea if anyone had my address. With all the drama, I also trained myself to be able to wake up quickly and grab my gun. It's like I put myself through my own version of military training. I'd wake up early in the morning, jump up quick, and grab my gun. It seemed like I was nervous and paranoid all the time, and doing whatever I could to prepare for the impending doom I felt was approaching. Fortunately, I didn't mind being by myself. A lot of the time, I'd go to the movies by myself or drink by myself, except when I had a woman with me. I preferred it that way. Soon thereafter, I was told that Lord Infamous and Player Fly had been hanging out snorting powder. They were playing Triple Bitch Mafia in their car, riding around high together. Lord Infamous was crazy and wouldn't hesitate to shoot anyone. So I thought this story was wild and funny at the same time. Lord Infamous just didn't take many of the rap beefs too seriously. Right after that, I was at the bar at a local TGI Fridays when I heard someone say, "Hey, Juicy, what's up, man?" It was Player Fly. He was talking to me and looking at me as if nothing had ever happened between us. I had my hand on my gun and thought something was about to go down, but he was acting as if everything was cool, so I was cool. Project Pat was ready to take things to the next level. He staked out Player Fly's house, but I kept telling Pat that my beef with Player Fly wasn't that serious. I told Pat that, yeah, he'd put out some songs talking shit, but that when I ran into Player Fly, he was cool. Thankfully, I was able to convince Pat to leave Player Fly alone. Even with all the hype 3-6 Mafia had generated on our own, DJ Paul and I knew we needed something else to really make our mark. We had been making noise with our underground street music, but we felt we needed more money to push the group. We wanted to shoot videos, travel, and get a company vehicle. Because we had not had the big-time success we wanted, we started looking for someone to back us. We knew no bank was going to give us a loan, so we met with all the street dudes in Memphis.
Anyway, y'all, this is Juicy J's memoir, Chronicles of the Juice Man. Wow, that's dangerous, man. You gotta be careful when you're dealing, man. I think back at my life and how, you're young, man, especially in your 20s, you just want to get you a little piece. And I think back at the girls that I've just met and I go over their apartment or house, not knowing, you know what I'm saying? Like, these women could have set me up, could have had some crazy ex-boyfriend. That happens. That happened to actually a friend of my sister's. This is back when my sister was in college. She had a guy that she went to school with ever since elementary school, and he played football, and he ended up getting drafted to I think it was the Minnesota Vikings. But anyway, this is back when my sister was in college, so she was in college at the time, and she was home for college. This is it might have been summertime, and everybody was everybody's out of school, so she was home. My sister was home from college, and of course he was getting ready to go. She had just spoke to him, I think that particular evening, and he was getting ready to go to Minnesota for training because he was supposed to be playing he had got drafted for the Minnesota Vikings. Anyway, he ended up messing with this girl, and the girl had this crazy boyfriend that was a drug dealer, and I think she had broke up with him, and so then my sister's friend goes over to the girl's house. And the dude comes over, he popped up over there, and he ended up killing him, That's what I'm saying. You got to be careful when you're dealing with these females, man. You don't know who they're dealing with, or they could be trying to set you up. So that's crazy that Paul got, not Paul, Juicy J got set up like that. But anyway, man, what y'all think about this book, Juicy J, Chronicles of a Juice Man? You can check it out on Audible. It's also on Spotify. It's a really, really good read. Anyway, y'all, leave your thumbs up button. Let me know what y'all think about this video. Appreciate it.